Hey guys, update. Wow, I think we're coming up to, in about 3 months' time, it's going to be 3 years since I started to have vestibular migraines. So quick update, my God, I'm miles better. Probably coming up to actually feeling normal. There's actually days when I walk out and I feel absolutely normal, okay? So I'm on a medication, right, and it's called flunarizine, which I always have problems saying. It's a calcium channel blocker. If you have issues with depression, they don't like to give it to you. Also, if you have a history of Parkinson's in the family, they don't like to give it to you either. Now, for me, within 2 days of taking it, I could see properly, literally. Really weird. You get used to not being able to see properly for a long time. If you're like me, you'll see an object and you can see it in the first split second, and the more you focus on it, it moves and everything's moving. I can never really see it vividly. And I remember walking outside literally 2 days after taking this medication, 5 milligrams, and seeing a car, and the car was covered in dirt. You know when it's like got mud on it, watermarks? And it really hit me. I could see every single watermark on the car, and it blew me away, and it made me realise I haven't been able to see properly for nearly 3 years. Because you get used to it. You get so used to having really shitty vision. It's almost like a eureka moment, like I can see, which sounds terrible because obviously I could see anyway, but you know what I mean. Everything's moving. Your feet feel like the ground drops and you're going to fall through the floor. You know, it was so horrendous to begin with. I have problems talking now, but at the very beginning, I literally could not talk. I was getting words mixed up. I was slurring. I was bedbound, housebound for months on end. I couldn't walk properly for about 2 years. It was just horrendous. I lost my job. I had to leave my house. I couldn't pay rent. I lost friends. I just, everything fell apart. And I honestly thought, I just thought I'd be better off dead. Like, who wants to live every day off their face, trippy, dizzy, can't walk, can't speak, can't see properly? What can you do? What kind of life is that? You can't do anything. You can't even sit and watch the TV because it makes you dizzy. So you sit in bed, so you're just going to be in your bed for life. And I never ever thought I'd get better. And it used to wind me up, right? It sounds bad, but I used to get these people that would come on these support groups and go, oh yeah, my life's amazing now. Like, I'm partying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I just like, shut up, I'm never going to get better. I'll never be like that. It won't happen. And I hate to say it, but I am like one of those people now. I am so much better. I went travelling on a trip on my own, like long train journey, stressful to get there and back, absolutely fine. Went and had 2 mad nights out, went to 2 clubs, danced. Bit out of breath now as well. I had a horrendous like sinus infection literally 2-3 days ago. You can see all my nose is red and sore. That I was really minging, sick, full on cold, head pain and everything like that. But I still wasn't dizzy on this medication. I was not dizzy. I could still see properly, which is a miracle in itself. Because usually, you know, if you get a cold with this, vestibular migraines, it just sends you through the roof. So the biggest healer for me, I'll tell you now, time, which no one wants to hear. But in my case, over time, I gradually got better. And that's because I would force myself out of the house, okay? So there was a shop across the street and I couldn't even see it. It was moving. I had no food, no milk, nothing. No one to help me, no family, nobody. I had a boyfriend, but he's working 10-hour days. So I knew I had to get to that shop to eat or I wouldn't eat. And I remember at one point holding on to like the brick wall and put my hand on it because I couldn't make it there. And I literally went to that shop every day. And then I ended up going around the block off my face like I was drunk, but I did it. And then I ended up going to the high street, 10-minute walk away every day. Lots and lots of people, tested myself. And I kept doing this every day and built it up. And vestibularly, because I live in London, at first it was incredibly difficult. But then again, I think I'm better living here because I recovered faster. If I was living in the country with nothing to see, nothing to test me, beautiful green fields in my room, nothing's really testing me vestibular-wise, you know. But living here really pushed the boundaries for me, really pushed me. And I'd be exhausted at the end of the day, like hardly make up the stairs. I remember being on my hands and knees climbing up the stairs because my legs would give way and I was so exhausted. But I didn't give up. you know, I don't know why, there's something in your brain, you cry it out, get really upset, but then you wake up the next day and you think, shit, it's this again, but you still get on with it. I don't know, it's a really weird survival thing. You just keep going, and you go to the little shop again, you get some milk for tea, maybe a week, 2 weeks later you think, oh, I feel like biscuits now, I think I'm going to get loads of junk food and watch a film. You can only watch half hour of the film, then over time you build up to an hour. And so I'm literally nearly back to normal. Important thing to mention, our brain's always going to be sensitive, always, I've learned that now. So I don't think I will ever be able to do some of the things I used to do. Definitely not running. Running just gives me earache and it's just not good for me. Any high impact sport's not great, which is ironic because I'm going to go surfing in the next few months. But there's some things you won't be able to do. I've cut out friends that are really stressful, that bring a lot of drama into my life, because that was a massive trigger for me, stress. I went back to part-time work, not full-time, and I work from home. That's cut down the stress unbelievably. You know, so there's big changes I made, which I will have to stick to probably for the rest of my life, because even though I can see better, miles better, like normal, I'm not dizzy every day. I think if I carry on like I'm completely normal now and go back to full-time work, 40 hours a week, commute, just saying it makes my head think, oh my God. So I know myself now, my brain will always be sensitive. But to let you know, there is hope you can return to pretty much what you did before. God, I've been paddleboarding, long haul flight, snorkeling every day for a week plus, partying really hard the last, actually every Friday for the last like 7-8 weeks, I've been out, like, that's probably why I got a cold, literally on it, drinking, partying, dancing. I never thought I could dance either, like for, well, not that great anyway, but I never thought I'd be able to dance at all. And a lot of the things with the anxiety and the jelly legs and the weakness, I realised a lot of it was actually anxiety based, because when I'd be down the middle of the high street and think my legs are going to give way, they'd start to get jelly-like. And when I was dancing and I was drunk, I didn't even notice. I didn't focus on my legs. And it was only when I got home I thought, I've just danced solidly for like an hour and I didn't even notice my legs felt weak or like jelly. So again, a lot of it with my leg weakness, my issues there. We had MS in the family, so I was worried about that. I think it was anxiety, mainly anxiety based. So anyway, as usual, I'm just rattling on for ages and ages and ages. So I'm going to stop this now. Let you know, flunarizine, yes, flunarizine for me has been a lifesaver. It stopped the dizziness. It gave me my vision back. And again, over time I gradually got better, but I never got back to a really good level. You know what I mean? I might have 3 or 4 days where I don't feel that dizzy, but then I was just dizzy again for maybe a week. Now, every single day, I hardly have any dizziness. My sight's pretty much back to normal, okay? And if you were me back 3 years ago, nearly, I never thought this day would come ever in a million years. So I hope this gives you guys some hope. Oh my God, I ramble. All right, guys, bye.